Okay, I've been putting off making this video because these were especially hard things to have come from Rachel, my sister-in-law, who I felt the closest to. To recap, I had just realized that it wasn't just a couple of siblings, but all the siblings that blamed me for the family's issues and the drama. And I didn't want to go spend the week in the mountains with everybody. I have yet to tell them all that I'm not going. Bryson gets a call from his brother Alex expressing his disappointment in Bryson that he hasn't gone to see Rachel's new baby yet. And we're like, okay, we can make an effort to reach out and try to heal the bridge between Bryson and Rachel and go visit her and her new baby. So I text her, would you and husband, Kyle, be open to having Bryson and I and the kids come over sometime and meet the new baby? We would just ask that it would be during some time that mom isn't there. If you're not up for visitors, we understand. Her response was to send me this screenshot of a memory of Bryson's from online. The memory of mom that stands out most starkly to me is my child's births. She was there for both of them and was an amazing support to me so that I could support Alina. She brought me food when I was hungry, tagged me out the second morning after our son was born so that I could get some sleep finally, and just really went out of her way to make sure that our first days after each birth were easier. Side note, that was the only time she was really all that supportive once our kids were born. After we were out of the hospital, it was nothing after that. Rachel says, I would love for you guys to come meet the new baby sometime. However, mom might be here and she may not. She's been my right hand with everything, especially with husband Kyle being back at work and having longer hours. I know Bryson remembers this with your own babies. I responded, this is true that those are his favorite memories with mom. They were beautiful and lovely. However, good memories don't undo the bad ones. It would be easier to push aside the bad ones if they didn't keep happening. There have been many instances where Bryson and I came home after dinner with your parents and Bryson was in tears, feeling like garbage about himself because of some of the unfiltered things mom said about his weight. Thus, our requested boundary that she not talk about Bryson's weight. I repeat, she is free to be concerned, free to ask me about how he's doing. She is not to talk to him about it because she cannot do so without being hurtful. She chose not to agree to this simple boundary. Dad did, she did not. Turns out that changing some small behaviors aren't worth a relationship with her son, and that's her choice. So right out of the gate, her tactic as to heal this rift that's going on is to be, hey, look at these positive feelings that Bryson said he's had with mom. Think about these and forget about the negative ones. Sorry that Kyle can't take some paternity leave to bond with the baby. That really sucks. I'm glad that mom's been so helpful to you. If you can't set some time aside where mom won't be there, then Bryson won't be coming. I appreciate your understanding in this. So I'm making our boundaries very clear. If mom's not there, Bryson's not coming. I hadn't decided yet if I was going to bring the kids on my own and try and visit her. I didn't really feel like it at that point, considering her attitude about it. Like, how hard would it be to just set aside a time when mom wasn't going to be there? 2 days after this conversation, I finally type up a long message that I sent to the whole family in the Voxer chat, stating how I felt being blamed for the family's issues, that I wasn't coming to the family get-together that month, and to not expect us at any other get-togethers anytime soon, and that if anyone was going to reach out to me in a rude fashion, they would be blocked. The only response I get from any of the family after I send this is Rachel. Alina, Bryson has made no effort to reconnect or mend things himself. Even after he cut me off on every front, I was still trying to message him via Venmo. I applaud every effort you've put into holding things together, but at the end of the day, Bryson needs to be the one to reach out himself, coming from his little sister, who thought we were the closest. It seems on this end that it was very easy for him to just throw away a lot of relationships. So just right off the bat, we're gaslighting, saying that Bryson's made no effort to reconnect or mend things, as if us trying to set boundaries and come to the New Year's family get-together meant nothing. Minimizing his feelings, as far as seems very easy for Bryson to throw away his relationships, as if Bryson doesn't actually care or love his family. Now, if I'd realized off the bat that she was already gaslighting, I might have blocked her right then, but I was still getting the hang of noticing these things and catching them when they're happening. In Bryson's defense, her insistence that he should be the one reaching out. Like, why would he reach out when you're gaslighting him through me? Minimizing his feelings, saying that the efforts he's put in weren't even efforts. You mentioned him crying a lot after dinners because of something someone said. I can't tell you how many times that has happened with things that he's said to me and others over the years, the worst being when he screamed at me that he'd rather see me dead, but I still love him and forgave that, and everything else. I don't hold it against him because I understand we're all human, and I'd rather continue a relationship with someone I love than sit in a stubborn corner about how hurt I am and let that poison consume me. Now, she's referencing a time when they were children and they were both being abused emotionally or neglected, and Bryson was lashing out at people. Does he continue to do that? Say things like that to people? No, because he knows better now. He's an adult. He's matured a lot. So it's not the same situation. What gets me is, even in this message, she can't hold mom accountable for having hurt Bryson because of something someone said. Protect the narcissist at all costs. Both Bryson and I would love to continue relationships with these people that we care about. But if they're going to keep gaslighting us and hurting us emotionally, it's not worth it. Really, it would be easier for us to forgive these people for their behavior towards us if we're not around them and they can't continue to treat us this way. We're not sitting in a stubborn corner. We're talking about it. We're trying to voice how we feel, and then having our feelings be dismissed.